We're rolling on July 26th on part 2 of our persuasive speeches here at UCLA, where it's another beautiful day. Sunshine is shining, the flowers are blooming. Who could ask for more? Who could ask for more except a persuasive speech from Harper, who stands before you managing attention. They're doing something. Is this computer closed? Good. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love, start your speech.
Hey guys, I'm Harper.
Hi, Harper.
Have you ever seen the sun rise over Tokyo while sitting atop of Mount Fuji? Have you ever jumped out of a helicopter with a snowboard strapped to your feet in Canada? Have you ever scuba dived with a shark in Australia? Or jumped off a cliff with a parachute in New Zealand? All these things were so amazing when I did them. Traveling leaves you speechless and then turns you into a storyteller. Today, I'm going to persuade you to get out and travel the world more. I'll give you 2 reasons why, some actions you can take, and some benefits that will follow afterwards. According to the U.S. Department of State in 2013, only 36% of Americans own a passport, which means that 64% of U.S. citizens don't own a passport. It's pretty crazy. The main reason I found for this was some that Young found, and another one was fear and ignorance. Now, the first reason I want you to go out and travel the world more is because the world's not as scary as you think. Here in America, your media makes you an ignorant bunch by sensationalizing the news and only covering world news if it directly affects you negatively or there is a mass tragedy. Excuse me. Here, you live in a nation of fear where mass shootings are becoming a daily norm. This isn't normal like for the rest of the world. For example, in the UK, the police don't even carry weapons. They don't carry a gun. In Japan, the crime rate is so low that police are used for directions. I feel like your misrepresentations is hindering your awareness and knowledge of what's going on in the world and confining you to your safe, ignorant bubbles. The second reason that I want you to travel the world is because you never truly understand the meaning of your own life until you travel and experience how others are living theirs. When we're at home, we live in our own little bubble, and it's not until we step outside of that bubble does our adventure begin. I feel strongly about this because for me, when I finished high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I didn't want to go to college just because it was the next thing in life to do. So I moved to the other side of the world, had the time of my life, and learned so much about myself and what I wanted than any college could have taught me. Third, I give you some actions you can take. First, if you haven't already, go apply for a passport. Second, dream big. Pick a destination and start saving for it. And thirdly, get the hell out of here. Go have an adventure and create some memories. When you follow these steps, you'll see what breathtaking things the world has to offer and learn more about it and yourself than you will in any textbook or classroom. When it's all said and done, you're going to remember that spectacular week you had in Italy more so than when you spent, a few grand on a brand new 3D TV. In summary, I've shown you 2 reasons why you should go travel the world. Some actions you can take and benefits you will receive from doing this. There should be no doubt in this room that you should go travel the world. Because when it comes to traveling, we travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. Because in the end, it's only the chances we didn't take that we regret. Thank you.
3:50. Well under time. Okay, well we had another Go Travel speech, but it was quite different, and you gave a lot of different reasons. I loved your opening. They were an example of what I consider great word pictures. Have you ever seen the sun rise over Tokyo? from the top of Mount Fuji? Have you ever jumped out of a helicopter with a snowboard strapped to your feet in Canada? Been scuba diving with a shark in Australia? Or jumped off a cliff with a parachute in New Zealand? Pause. I have. So those were great word pictures that grabbed our audience and drew us in and made us want to listen. So I appreciate your beginning. Your intro was a perfect intro, and it really grabbed us. As far as your thesis preview, it was simple: travel the world. Your thesis, I'll give you, the reasons and benefits. So you did that. You gave us the startling statistic that very few Americans even own a passport. Yeah. And you indict as your first reason the sensationalism of the American media, which tends to show the tragedies that are happening around the world, in Germany, in France, in Munich, etc. And people generalize from this, of course, and say, I ain't going to Germany, right? I ain't heading over there to Syria, right? And so I get that, and you made your point fairly well on that. Although I do think there is a certain amount of caution now that has to come with traveling, because Americans have a big target on their back. Your second reason was you talked about not going to college and going to the World College and learning from experience what you wanted to do and getting to know yourself by traveling. And that was a very good example of why one should travel, especially when they're young and you're trying to figure out who you are and what you want to do. So that was good. Your concrete action were fine. The benefits were good. I like the reference to the 3D TV. I guess I'd buy a trip. Was that your point? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can just watch Paris on your 3D TV. Okay. And you said speak slowly and clearly, remember all the points, don't skip any, and move purposefully. How'd it go?
Yeah, I got on your time this time, so that was good.
Yeah.
Hit all my points, which was good, and I moved.
Yeah, you did a nice job. Thanks. Okay, thank you. All right, next. I'll have to call on people. Okay, good. All right. Is there is Ewing Yang? You did it right. Yeah. Frank Yang. Frank Yang. No. Frank Yang. I don't know who that is. Okay, Gil. How about James Sung? Can you do it next time? Oh, everybody will say that. Who's ready to go now? Kennedy. Okay, let's hear Kennedy. Bonzo? Who's that? Gonzo? Oh, Alonzo. Oh, sorry. Alonzo. You're a C, right? Yeah. Yeah. Great. Let's see if I can make this work. Well, I'll have to hold it, but that's cool. Okay. Lonzo is standing before you, managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes near the front and center. Say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi everybody, I'm Lonzo.
Hi, Lonzo.
I would rather walk in the dark with a friend than alone in the light. This is a quote said by Helen Keller. First of all, I think everybody should have a friend. And throughout this speech, I'm going to give you 2 reasons why I think you should make a friend, and some actions and some benefits that will follow if you take my course of action. In 2014, there was a psychiatrist that attended Vanderbilt by the name of Judith Aiken that said people who have lacked social support are more likely to be depressed and more likely to be self-medicating with alcohol, and they have a high chance of emotional eating. The first reason I think you should have a friend is because you know, in life, no matter how independent you think you are or how much you think you're just it's you against the world, there's going to be a time in your life where you have to rely on somebody, and you have to go to somebody for some help. And who better to do this? Who's better than your best friend? For instance, my evidence yesterday, I kind of had a long day, and practice was a bit of a struggle for me. But at the end of practice, my good friend over here, TJ, came up to me and was like, "I don't care what you have to say, but we're about to get an ice bath after this. But whether you like it or not, we're gonna get through this together." And I was like, "Okay." And it just made me feel good that I know I have a true friend that has my back and is looking out for me. The second reason I think you should have a good friend is because studies have shown that people who have support in their social life tend to live longer. A study was shown that cancer patients happen to live longer when they attend support groups. And in 2013, a university in Australia by the name of Flinders, they did a study, and it's proven that people who have close confidence live longer. 3 actions I think you should take is, first, of course, you have to get a friend. And I don't think that you can just go up to somebody and be like, "Okay, we're going to be friends. I don't care what you have to say." I think it just kind of happens. As for me, I met my best friend at a gym, which is kind of ironic. But, I think it's just a mutual agreement. And once you find someone that has the same interests as you and looks out for the betterment of you, I feel like you guys should stay close. And as long as you have a good friend, life can move a little bit more smoothly. Second, I think that you should take part in the friendship just as much as the other person, because, you can't expect someone to be there for you if you're not there for them. And third, I think once you make that friend, I think it's up to you to keep it, because, at the end of the day, like I said, it's a two-way street. So if you lose touch with them, you can only blame yourself. So in summary, I've shown you 2 reasons why you should make a friend and keep one, and some actions and benefits that you can have if you follow it. And in summary, in conclusion,
There should be no doubt in this room.
There should be no doubt in this room that you should definitely make a friend. And as Helen Keller said, I'd rather walk in the dark with a friend than alone by myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 346. Okay, Lonzo, that was a good speech. That was an important topic. People do need to have friends. And no man is an island, a poet once said. I think that your quote from Helen Keller, which you tied back to, was excellent. And you cited Judith Aiken, a psychiatrist from Vanderbilt, in 2014. So you fully cited your evidence, and so that was good. And she talked about the problems that people with out friends have. And then your 2 reasons were good, and I think that I especially like the studies that you cited, and even though you originally, I was worried you said, well, studies show, but you went back and said, well, in 2013, you know, in Australia, university study found, so that was good. On the concrete actions, you talked about being iced together, and that was a good personal example. On the concrete actions, they were all consistent with your philosophy here. I would like you to have stressed the benefits more of what you will get if you have a friend. You'll have, you know, and I laugh at this concept of how I have 29 friends on Facebook. Wowee! I'm envious. Right? Yeah. So then your message was simple, and you tied back nicely. You said you didn't want to sway, no note card, and have vocal variety. How'd it go?
I got this way, and it kind of came back a little bit, but I feel like I managed it a little bit better than I have before. And actually, I wanted to use a note card because like the quotes and stuff, but
Yeah.
I just practiced a little bit more, so I didn't have to.
Yeah, and it was better. You were much more confident, and it gave you more credibility.
Right.
So you did a great job. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, next. That was a 3. That was Lonzo. Yeah, you can go. Yeah, definitely you can go. Yeah, let's stable this all together. Okay, Wang stands before you managing attention, or Wong, I guess it is. Wong stands before you managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. She's texting. That's a no-no. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love, start your speech.
Hello guys, I'm Wang.
Hi, Wong.
We live in a world that consists of very different people. Every day we encounter someone from a different ethnic group, of a different skin color, or have a different living style. So today I'm going to persuade you to appreciate the difference among us. I'm going to give you 2 reasons and 3 actions that you can better appreciate the difference and the benefit that you will gain if you follow my proposal. Many of you might think that you have done very well in treating people equally and not holding a discriminative view against those who are different. But is this really true? According to a 2011 AP poll, 52% of non-Hispanic white Americans still have anti-Hispanic view. So I'm going to illustrate the reasons why I think it is important to appreciate difference among people. The first reason is that many discriminative view we have against those who are different from us is largely illogical. Some of us criticize those who have a different source of food from us, and without realizing that this is just a result from difference in species density as well as easiness to obtain food source due to geographical reasons. When I was in Singapore, one of my JC junior college friend was reading an article about Chinese people eating rabbits and dogs. Then she turned to me in a very shocked face and said, "Do you guys really eat rabbits? I mean, they're so cute. How can it be so cruel to eat them?" So what I did is I mirrored her expression and asked her, "Oh, you guys really eat turkey? I mean, they're so beautiful. How can you be so cruel to eat turkey?" Well, this is just an example to illustrate how people can be shocked when they face something that are inconsistent with their experience, just like people are shocked when they first heard that Earth is not the center of the universe. The second reason that I have to persuade you to appreciate difference among people is that it helps you to build stronger relationship with those around you. No two persons in this earth are identical, and therefore we surely will have some point of difference from those around us. I joined a co-curricular club back in Singapore. I joined Indian dance, and of course, most of the members are Indians, and I'm among the few that are non-Indian. So through this 2-year experience, I started to learn about their culture, the religious aspect of their dance, and in return I shared to them about my culture and some special practice about Chinese people. This certainly enhanced our understanding towards each other, and with such understanding we didn't have any incident that we offend each other due to the lack of knowledge to our culture. After saying the 2 reasons, I'm going to show you 2 actions that you can take to appreciate the difference. First, don't have a shocking face or disapproval expression when you first hear something that is inconsistent with your experience, because this may discourage the other person to explain it further to you. And second action is you should read more and travel more. Through reading and traveling, you gain a more complete world view, and you know the difference that are existing in this world, and you'll be more receptive towards difference. And third, be patient and listen to each other. When you find something very strange or surprising, just listen to the other person to explain it to you. Sometimes it's just due to some historical reason and culture and so on. After you do this action, you certainly gain some benefits. You find the beauty of variety in this world, and this is certainly a meaningful and interesting experience. In summary, I have told you 2 reasons and 3 actions, as well as a benefit that you can gain from appreciating differences. And there should be no doubt in this room that we should appreciate difference among us and go out to find out more about those who are different from us. Yeah. Just like I've introduced at the start of my speech, this is a world consists of many different people. It will be a waste if we are only locked in our own comfort zone without realizing the beauty of difference among us.
Thank you. (5:06). Okay, well, you need to watch the time, and when you see that, okay, Tom, he can come in. When you see that you're, kind of want to gauge yourself where you are, so when you see that you're at 2 minutes, you want to speed it up and not spend so much time. Don't be wedded to the words so much into what exactly you were going to say. I'll comment on a couple of things. I loved your story about eating dogs and rabbits and turkey. You threw it back in their face. I thought that was a great story. The dance story was good. It could have been told in a shorter fashion. Your concrete actions were good. Again, you could have, made them shorter. You had the benefits in, so that was good. Summary, conclusion, tieback were all fine. You wanted to have more emotion, more vocal variety, and tie back to the emotion at the end of each paragraph. How did it go?
I think I did better than the last speech, but I can still work on the vocal variety part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the future.
Yeah. And it was, a pretty simple speech and message of what you wanted people to do. It wasn't too complex. What was unexpected in this speech that you designed in there that was going to draw our attention and
I
not
think it's eating rabbit and dog park. 'Cause
the rabbit and the dog. Okay, yeah, that was clearly unexpected to me. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and your credibility on your citations of your sources. I don't see a bibliography here. Is it on the other? There it is. Okay, great. Yeah, it's 2014. So be sure to stress that with your voice in 2014. So, so you did a good job. Just went over time. Thank you. Okay, next. Harrison.
I don't have my speech today.
The big zero. Why not?
Because on the syllabus it says that the C group isn't until the last day.
Oh, I see. So you didn't prepare early. Watch what happens when I call on Yitchin. Yitchin who? Okay, how about George Mount? Where's George Mount?
He's absent.
Chelsea.
Not here.
Kennedy. John F. Kennedy. Yeah, let's get this done. Thank you. Oh, you have a medical emergency. Yeah, you can leave.
No, there's a job orientation at 3.
Yeah, well, a medical emergency would be a justified excuse for you.
Okay, yeah, I'm not feeling it. Yeah.
You're not feeling well. Okay, good, yeah. Okay, good.
Appreciate it.
Over here in the center of the screen, please. There you go. Good. Kennedy stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes down the front, the center. Say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi everybody, I'm Kennedy.
Hi, Kennedy.
Living in California, how many of you have walked outside on a day like today and it feels like 100 million degrees? Me, of course. And I remember a time where my parents, they would always say, all you do is stay in the house and sleep, go outside. And then when I did start like spending a lot of time with my friends and spending a lot of time outside, they would always ask me, why do you never stay home? And it got me really confused. Well, today I want to encourage you all to stay at home a lot more, which is surprisingly, it might seem like a way to be lazy and just sit at home and do nothing, but actually I really enjoy being a homebody. And I find this very significant because as we grow and mature, we tend to grow apart from our families, don't spend enough time with them, and also because, you know, many people suffer from a lot of things while being outside with it being very hot. I will give you 2 reasons why you should spend some more time at home, and also 3 concrete actions that you can take to do that. Well, my first reason I would say that you should spend a lot of time at home is because a lot of people suffer from heat stroke. Study was taken, and in 2015 about 522 people died in California because of heat stroke, because of the drought going on, dehydration, and of course the heat wave. And I feel like that's something that I feel like personally it would be the worst way to die, because I hate being hot. Like I just hate being hot. Like I like staying home in the air conditioning with a popsicle, and that's just nice to me. And from my own experience, a close friend of mine, he was at football practice and he actually had to be taken to the hospital because surprisingly his organs were like heating up and blood wasn't getting to his heart, enough blood, and actually they thought that he was going to die and he didn't, and we were very thankful for that. And he spent a lot of time at home relaxing and actually found that it was nice being at home. Also, a reason that I would say to spend time at home is because we don't spend a lot of time with our families. As we grow up, we mature, go off to college, and we take having a home that we can go to for granted. Initially, we probably don't spend a lot of time with our siblings or with our younger cousins or aunts and uncles, and one day when they're gone, it's going to be something that we wish we did a lot. Now, 3 actions that I would want to give you to actually spend a lot more time at home is, 1, you could find activities you can do in the house with your family or friends. Maybe watch a nice movie together, maybe play board games or video games, talk, just catch up on what each other are doing, what's going on in their lives, because not a lot of families talk a lot and they stay distant away from each other. Also, another action that I would give you to be able to spend a lot more time at home is limit the amount of activities that you do, especially in the summer, so that you're not really, outside a whole lot. Even though it is good to be outside and be active, you should always be able to be at home and, so that you won't overheat or anything like that, or suffer from any type of medical things because you're outside too much. And also an activity that I would say that will help you be able to stay at home is that when you do have free time, although you will want to spend time with your friends, sleep, because sleep is very important. And me, I love to sleep, and it's just something that I just like. And I also feel like if you do take upon these actions for yourselves and you do follow them, then you'll feel a lot more energized, you'll feel closer to your families, and maybe you'll just find the benefits in being able to stay at home and be with your families. In summary, I have given you 2 reasons why you should stay at home, and 3 actions that you can follow to be able to do these things. And in conclusion, there should be no doubt in this room that staying at home is a positive thing that we all should take upon. And tying back to my introduction, I would say that although our parents do, nag us about maybe not getting out enough or staying in too much, we should all, find a nice balance in between going out, having a nice time, and being able to stay home and also have a nice time. Thank you.
433, Kennedy. Well, this was a good speech. It was an important speech. I think you're right that especially people when they get in their teens and go away to college, it's, there's the empty nest syndrome, and families kind of feel alone, parents feel alone or feel abandoned. And so it's nice when kids come home or spend more time at home, so it's good. I would have liked to have had some research on this topic from some statistics or something that you cited and quoted that helped us understand it, because you said 522 people died in the summer of a heat stroke. Was that from the New York Times? And see what I'm saying? So cite where you got your statistics from, because we call that argument from authority, but it doesn't have any authority unless you give it authority, see? And then you cited the example of your friend that was dehydrated and then, had to go to the hospital, and that was good support for your position there. Your actions, I thought, were good, consistent with what you were proposing, and the benefits about getting enough sleep and getting caught up with your family, being close to your family, were good. Your canais were to speak slow, to have vocal variety, and to use hand gestures. How did it go?
Well, I spoke a little fast in certain parts because I wanted to stay within the time limit, but I think I did a decent job most of the parts. I use hand gestures a lot. I naturally kind of do that sometimes, but I do too much, so I thought I did a good job at that. And then other than that, about vocal variety, I think I changed my voice.
Yeah, you did. The way you talk slower, but don't go over time, is just edit stuff out and have midpoints where okay, I have to be done with my second reason by 2 minutes in, and so I'm going to be on my actions now at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that, okay? Thank you. Good job. Okay, let's see. Do we have time for one more? Anybody want to go today? Anybody want to go after class? Okay, after class. Yeah, good. Let's go. Okay. So who's next?
Wait, so class over or not?
Class is over at 3:05. Get with the program. Yi Ching Hua. Yi Chen Hua. I got one here. Okay. You don't look like Yi Ching Hua. Is your name on this? No. Here, can you put your name on this? Well, don't look at it. Just keep it in your pocket. Yeah.
So I can take it out anytime?
Yeah, anytime you need it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is EK, right?
Yeah.
EK, not Ike. EK, right? Yeah. Okay. EK stands before you. She's texting. Communicating respect non-verbally. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name. Feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi guys, I'm EK.
Hi, EK.
And I know we've all had those moments where we have a big project or task coming up and we just keep putting it off day by day. And although that seems beneficiary in the moment, is that really beneficial to us in the long run? So today I want to persuade you guys to stop procrastinating, and I'll give you 2 reasons why you should stop procrastinating and 3 actions you can do to help you do this. Procrastination is something I know we've all experienced, and
I know you'll be very interested in my speech. Just think about what you're saying.
I know we've all experienced, and hopefully after my speech I can get you guys to stop using this technique.
So first reason.
First reason you guys should stop procrastinating is that it brings in unnecessary stress levels to us in our lives that we don't need. According to a study published in 2007 by the psychological sciences, researchers have found that the temporary benefits of procrastination far outweigh the benefit. Researchers have found that the cost of procrastinations far outweigh the temporary benefits that you may receive. They also seen after studying some students that they seen that.
You're doing fine. What'd they see? What'd they conclude?
Oh, they concluded that stress levels
Just
are...
think about what you're saying. Yeah.
Huh?
Just think about what you're saying. You're doing fine.
They concluded that stress levels are way more than students who don't procrastinate, and the illness rate has also gone up. So after reading this, I can also agree with it and relate it back to my own life. I know that when I procrastinate on things, I found myself stressing more, especially when it's a big project and I know I'm not giving myself enough time to do it properly. So the second reason why you guys should stop procrastinating is that when you procrastinate, the process and the results are not up to par to your expectations. Whether it's something small like doing your chores before your parents go home, or something big like your schoolwork. I know from personal experience that procrastination is not the best technique to go through. Sometimes it seems good, but I know it's not. Usually it can end with your parents yelling at you when you do the job poorly, or maybe an average or poor grade after it. So 3 actions you guys can take to stop procrastinating. First, you can make a schedule. I know we all have smartphones, so those smartphones are also equipped with calendars, and most of us do not use them. So I'm encouraging you guys to start using the calendars and fill out your tasks so you know what you should be doing throughout the day. And the second action that you should take is follow the schedule. And I know this might be hard, but you can give yourself some rewards throughout the day when you finish the task to help motivate yourself to follow the schedule. And the third action you can take is get some friends involved. So I know sometimes working is not the best thing you want to do with your day, but when you get friends involved, it makes the process more enjoyable, and you can also hold each other accountable for to do the work. So after doing these, you will see that you shouldn't have that much stress from procrastinating, and it's beneficial to you. So in summary, I've shown you guys 2 reasons why you should stop procrastinating and 3 actions you can take to do so. There should be no doubt in this room that you should stop procrastinating. And going back to my introduction, procrastination might seem good in the moment, but it's not beneficial to us in the long run. And I believe for us all to be successful, we need to stop procrastinating and learn to manage our time better. Thank you.
Thank you. So stand in the middle and try to stand still. Yeah, okay. Well, it was a good speech. I'll start with one thing that concerns me. You're still pacing. You're not walking purposefully 3 times. Okay, you're just, and I had trouble following you with my camera. I did my best, but you gave a speech on procrastination, and you started off by relating it to everyone, and you related it, had a good significant statement, and your first reason, you cited a study published in Psychological Science. You forgot to mention the date, 27. So mention the date so it has full credibility, see? And you agreed with the results, so that was good. Your second reason and support was good. You used personal example of getting a poor grade or not screwing up at home with not doing your chores and that sort of thing because you put them off. And I thought your actions were good. Using your phone and so forth was good. And you had the benefits in there, so everyone knew you'd get benefits if you stopped procrastinating. Summary, conclusion, and tie back were fine. You said don't use a note card, which you didn't. Walk with a purpose and speak louder. How'd it go?
I didn't use a note card, but
Yeah.
I forgot all that stuff in the middle, so I don't know which one would have been better, using a note card or not.
I think you had more credibility just speaking extemporaneously. You just with a little bit more practice, you wouldn't have hardly stumbled. You know? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, well, I guess officially the class is over, but anyone that wants to stay and get extra points for doing it today,
my evaluations.
oh great,
Also
okay.
for the final,
Yeah.
when we annotate, are we supposed to just like write it with like side or
On the side, the way the model, not with a pen, no, type it.
type of annotations?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it should be 24 pages long. Okay. Okay, how many people are staying? 1, 2? 2 are staying, good. That'll help us finish on Thursday, I hope. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and we are rolling.
Okay, so my name is Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Okay, so a lot of the time when we see homeless people on the street, we either walk past them, we hand them some money, and then we just keep going or just ignore them. And then we have the attitude when we see them just like to get upset when we see them in the same place all the time or the next day. So today I want to persuade you to help stop hunger and homelessness in the streets, and I'll give you 2 reasons and 3 actions/benefits. So most homeless people have just like lost their jobs, or they're educators, or they fought for our country and they suffer from like post-traumatic stress disorder or like physical and mental illnesses, and they've literally just fallen on hard times. They're just like us, just they have different circumstances. So the first reason why I think that everyone should help stop homelessness is because of our economy. So I feel like if we give transitional homes and job training and education to some of these homeless people, then they can work and help build the economy. But a lot of the times, they don't get hired because they don't have an address. No address equals no job. No job equals no money coming in. So then, when that happens, they're not contributing to the economy, and then they're on the street and they're using up taxpayer dollars that I'm pretty sure you don't want to be giving them. The secretary from the Housing and Urban Development said it's cheaper to solve this problem than to put a Band-Aid on it, because essentially each homeless person that's on the street costs the taxpayers $40,000. The second reason that I believe that we should help stop hunger and homelessness is because they start to turn to crime. They start to feel bad about their situation. They feel like crime is the only way that they can get what they want, and it's the only way to survive. The reason that I know this and my support is because my uncle has a nonprofit foundation that he started, and he basically decided that he was going to go into the streets and become homeless for a month just to see what it was like, see how he could help and get their feedback on what it was really like being there. So a lot of the homeless people actually told him how they've had to just take and steal from people because that's the only way that they felt that they could take care of themselves. So now I'll give you 3 actions and benefits. So my first action would be, I think that we should volunteer. We can definitely volunteer and feed the homeless, just give them something that they need. The second thing I think we can do is connect them to resources, because once they get to these homes and we start connecting them to the resources, then that's how they start to get better, and then you can build them up, and then eventually they're going to go on and help society. The third action I think that we can do is donate to the transitional homes, because in order to get them out and help, we need to give money to the transitional homes, because if we give them the money to the homes, then eventually they'll start to get better, and then they start to leave the home, and then it'll save you money in the long run. Like, it'll be way down the line, but you're still saving money. So I think my benefits are like about self. So I feel like if you do this, then you'll eventually start to feel better, because you're helping society, you're helping make a change, you're doing something that you would want somebody to do if you were in the same predicament. There should be no doubt in this room that I believe that everyone should definitely help stop hunger and homelessness. I believe that there are people too, they've literally just fallen on hard times, and we're all the same, because you never know, it could be you in a few years, a few months, and so on.
Okay, thank you. Well, Alex, I like your speech. I think it's a timely topic. Just what I'd like to see you get away from is having the note card at all. I'd like to see you move a little bit further to the left, a little bit further to the right, and then back to center so you have a little bit more movement, and that'll help you relax. Well, you had a simple theme and a simple thesis, so that was good. You had a simple message. And your significant statement was well done, that these are people that have fallen on hard times, PTSD, etc. And so that was well done. That can happen to anyone, really. And your first reason was to, help people clean up the economy, and no address, no ticky, no laundry kind of thing, no address, no job, no nothing, no benefits. So, your Department of Housing and Urban Development quote from the secretary, the $40,000 quote, you didn't give a date, and I don't know where the quotation ends. So when you make a quote from that, always give the date and say where it came from. Okay. Your second reason was they turned to crime, and you cited your uncle that went undercover. That was an interesting story that you told that was pertinent to your thesis. So I like that. On your actions, they were fine, and your benefits were good, and your summary and conclusion were your summary could have been a little better, and your conclusion was good, and then your tie back was good. So just have, the difference between a summary and a conclusion, right? Summary, I've given you 2 reasons, 3 actions, and some benefits as to why you should help the homeless. There should be no doubt in this room you should help the homeless. See? Yeah. I didn't see a bibliography here or goals. What were your goals?
My goal was to walk purposefully, because I just keep walking anywhere, any kind of way. My other goal was, I think I do well with this, but I could do better with the vocal
variety.
Yeah. I could do better with that.
Okay.
And another one of my goals was just to, I think it was my hands.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to having to be like this because of what I do, so it's
Yeah, that's not a good place to have your hands, because you want them to be natural and to be gesturing out there.
Kid, so you gotta
that seems unnatural. So you did a nice job, Alex. Thank you. All right. So is this last but not least? So you want me to turn off this evil camera, right?
Yeah.